part of finding the fork. Okay. I have a cat that wants to go outside. And she's gonna bug me and bug me and bug me. Yeah. Until we let her out. She's going outside again. So it starts for me to breathe. So trying to be pretty with myself and into puzzle events and people stuff like that. I wanted to share this beautiful space with you for a second. So that's part of what I'm going to do along with the common art. So finding the force and of course the truth of natural law are about more than what meets the eye. If you want to find the force, you actually have to take care of your vehicle. Your journey is only going to be as good as your wheels. I mean, people spend all of this money on cars and clothes and stuff, but they often scamp on the most important thing, which is taking care of your vehicle. So I'm going to be talking with you today super quick about some tricks that we use. These are potatoes, of course. But did you know that once you've cut them, if you soak them, they actually release the toxins that are in them, and they actually biochemically start producing a bunch of vitamins. So you just have to soak them for 15 minutes. All the women in my family would soak the potatoes like that, and they never knew why. This is where I've actually deglazed the pan that I used to roast the butternut squash and the pumpkin. We're going to use that to make pumpkin hummus. Oh my gosh, so ambitious. But what else are we going to do on a Saturday night, right? Okay, so let's talk for a second about why I have actually sprouted all of this stuff. If you've been following me on Facebook or Substack, then you've already seen the vast majority of this. But I want to make sure that you catch this. Anything that's a seed, including beans, including rice, anything that can sprout into a plant actually needs to be soaked. Okay, let me show you this. These are pumpkin seeds, and of course they can sprout. These are actual broccoli sprouts, okay? And you can see some of these lentils down here. Those are lentils. I tested them to make sure that they're live. Also, soak the heck out of my rice. And it looks like it's not too far from sprouting now. So it's a great time to put it in the fridge and tuck it away. And you can use that little by little. But the point of sprouting, okay, you see those little lentils. That's what these guys are. So, of course, they're not as far along, all right? But you can see stuff starting to sprout. I call it a nubby. See those little, yeah, you can see that. I think it might be called a cotyledon in technical terms, right? So, once those are sprouted, over the course of 2 or 3 days, these guys release all of these phytochemicals. You see, plants don't have feet, and they don't have claws and teeth. But what they do have is chemistry. And what we really need in our times especially is to understand the chemistry of food. Okay? Over here, we have the messy remains of where I was taking apart some peppers. Okay? We're going to put that in the worm compost. The worms love these little tiny pieces of things because they have little tiny faces and they can just num on that. They're so happy out there. One of these days I'll show you that. I'm actually making a bunch of cookies tonight in these pans over here. Maybe that'll be another installment of the cooking show. But basically, we're going to make all these tiny little black bottom cakes. This is for the pumpkin pie, which I'm definitely not getting to tonight. But this goes in there. I really don't like any type of metals, but you have to do it if you're going to make these little cupcakes, which are made out of really high-end brownie mix. We're going to throw in some of our own stuff here too. We have our Measure for Measure gluten-free, and we're going to grab our cacao. Mmm, nice. So we're going to make twice the recipe. So a lot of times what I do is I start with a box that's really high quality, and then I add in my own stuff. It's kind of like a safety net because in a way, I'm pretty sure that the box recipe is going to be great, but I can meet it in the middle and start throwing in my own stuff to kind of level it up a little bit nutritionally. So let's talk about talk about potatoes. We talked about the peppers. Now we should talk about garlic. Garlic does this funny thing when you smash it. The people in my family would smash the garlic, or you see Italians cooking, and for whatever reason they smash it. It's not always the easiest way to get it out of its skin to smash it. So if you ask why they do that, they don't know because someone somewhere knew that this thing was a thing. I don't know if it was experiential or it was alien, but seriously, most of the people in Europe do things a certain way, and it might be because peppers are from this side of the world. I put this around. Remember now, I believe that there were not actual peppers in Europe before the conquest, before the shitheads came over here and took our land. No, I'm just kidding. Um, I don't think any of these peppers, or for that matter, tomatoes, were in Europe. Pretty sure that nightshades, including potatoes, were not in Europe. So it would have been left to the Native Americans to talk to Spanish or whoever about what the dealio is. I think they had garlic though. All right, here's my garlic that I'm about to roast. So you can see that I've smashed it, right? And it's all nice and open now. What happens when you smash it is it produces a ton of highly antiviral phytochemicals, all right? These guys, we've tried to take the skin off, see there's a bunch of seeds. I'm going to remove them. So the vast majority of the irritants in nightshade and peppers are in the skin and in the seeds. All right, so I've gotten those seeds out. Get a few in there, it's okay. The less the better, really. So we've roasted them, and then the skin has been rinsed off as much as possible. You leave a little bit of it on, that's okay, because that's just going to add some flavor to the soup. So once these are roasted, we're going to puree them in the blender, and we're going to add them to some lentils. Okay? All right. I feel like I've talked enough. I mean, what's terrifying is that there's actually more. Because if you do one big cooked day a month, you can almost take the rest of the month off. You'll at least have really good solid fare in the fridge and in the freezer that you can pull out. So check this out. We also soak, of course, the garbanzo beans because they are a seed thing. That's what the egg look like. And we're going to mix them with the deglazed num-nums from the pan, like butter and a caramely kind of flavor. We're going to mix that with a little bit of pumpkin in the blender. And then we will have what? Hummus. Okay, hummus is one of the best things that you can possibly do for yourself. Whether you eat it with a spoon, whether you eat it like mayonnaise for your sandwiches, or oh, the chips and cucumbers. Cucumbers are just great. Look, I told you. Yep. It's gonna be one screaming cold city at the door. Yeah. Well, I guess that means that our time is almost up. That long. I gotta go make hummus. Then I have a Christmas party tomorrow. Starting my little wellness segment here pretty soon. I love this little corner. starting my wellness segment on the Donna Drake Show. So if any of you are interested in seeing me like syndicated all over the freaking world, then that's what happens. We're gonna take each month a different theme. We're gonna do different subjects. Apparently, this month is so anyway, and here I'm doing my 1 day a month, but I do a big cook. And I'm recording it for you guys because it's like the healthiest way to live. If you soak things, you get bulk organic. And if you just have a little community farm or go to CSA, you can get seasonal stuff. And you can actually, for very, very cheap, eat very, very good. All right. So that's it, guys. Bye for now.